Now, Charles, you mentioned that you did 3 years. What got you 3 years?
In prison. Okay, this is how the story goes, right? So I was staying with my granddad passed, and the house became that I was staying at heir's property, which means if you don't have a place to stay, you can go stay at this house because it's a family house. Well, I was staying there with my 2 brothers and my brother girlfriend. Well, this one night one of my brothers ended up beefing with another brother because he was beating on his girlfriend. So me being the older brother, I'm like, hey man, just all that, let's just smoke. So with that being said, so we all 3 of us stand in this house, 4 of us, right? So we go to beefing. You know what I'm saying? And considering that these 2 grew up with each other, I'm the black sheep of all the kids because I didn't grow up with any of my brothers and sisters. I was just floating around from home to home, foster care, trying to survive in these mean streets. But, excuse me while I hit my blunt. Yeah, but, so with that being said, I'm staying at this house, and we're feuding. And my uncle calls me, and he's like, hey, you're going to have to leave the house. And I tell him, I'm not going anywhere. Where am I going to go? I don't have no place to go. You know what I'm saying? Would you want me to sleep on the street? So my uncle get to the point where he's like aggressive with me. So I tell him, because I stay in Ocala, and at the time he was staying in Tampa. So I tell him, well, Uncle Dempsey, if you come up here and you put your hands on me, we're going to fight. I'm going to beat you up. Uncle or not, I'm going to beat you up if you put your hands on me. So we come to the agreement where, okay, Charles, well, you can stay in the house, just don't say nothing to anyone. I said, okay, cool, I can do that. So as I'm there, I'm staying in this house, and every time I turn around, this chick putting their hands on me. My brother's girlfriend's putting their hands on me, or they're breaking my shit. So this one night I got my daughter over there. And to make a long story short, the last time the chick put her hands on me, right, I took her up through there. I gave her a what for and a who did it. And I didn't give a what the outcome or the consequence was, because I was at that point in my life where it was like, hey, I don't with y'all, I don't do shit to y'all, and y'all constantly with me, so somebody's going to have to get this. So with that being said, it came to that point, and that day I had my daughter with me. So if I didn't have my daughter with me, I would have beat up the whole house. I would have beat up both of my brothers and my brother's girlfriend, and then made it look like I was the victim. But I had my daughter with me, so I couldn't do it. So me and my daughter was running across the street. We hear police and shit and all this shit. And my daughter, she's gangster. But, yeah, at the time she was 8. So that's how that happened.
So it was assault. It was assault. Is that the official charge?
Battery. Battery prior offense.
Well, that's not great, but I appreciate you answering the question. Now we know.
Here's the thing, Chad. Here's the thing, though, man. Like I said, they want to condemn me, even though I'm out of prison, even though, they felt like I was wrong in this case. I feel like, hey, I was totally justified for what I did. Because this chick put her hands on me 3 different times. And every time I would call my auntie or I would call my uncle, you know what I'm saying, because they're the overseers of this house. So I would call them and be like, hey, man, y'all going to come over here and talk to this girl and tell this girl to keep her hands off me. Or something's going to happen. And, they never stepped up. So that's why I don't even with my family right now. Like, because I feel like they sent me to prison. Like, you guys knew what was going on in this house, but no one came and stood up and said anything. Me personally, I love being free. I don't want to be in jail. I don't want to be in prison. You know what I mean? I love being out here. I got 4 kids, so I love being interactive with these kids of mine. And with that being said, I can't do shit for these kids when I'm in prison. Like right now, I'm on a 2-month suspension right now. So that means I ain't going to be able to fight for 2 months because this weekend in Hawaii, I got TK'd. I think the fight was stopped too early. The ref felt like he did a great job. I say, let me go out, you know. If you feel that I'm out, I can take some damage. I can take some punishment. Let me go out, man. But I don't know. I think it was just, I don't know.
Okay, so so that's what you were doing in Hawaii then. I thought you were just out there enjoying the sand and the surf, but you were out there for competition. You had a fight. I was not aware of that. So the fight.
Yes.
Okay, so what organization was that?
That was X1.
Okay.
X1.
How was the crowd? Did they have a good turnout?
Yeah, good turnout. Good turnout. Good producer, promoter. I mean, they actually. From the first time I went out to Hawaii, it was a different rodeo this trip, you know, because the first time I went out, I fought Jonathan Bonzeste or some shit. These guys are these hard names to pronounce. But, yeah, with that being said, yeah, I went out there and I fought him, and the fight didn't go according to plan because I felt like I won the fight. I had 3 takedowns and the stand-up was pretty much even, you know. So I felt like I won that fight, but they gave it to the local boy. And, yeah, well, the promoter, his name was Jay, this dude left me at the hotel. I had to pay my own way, get my own cab back to the airport, and just all kind of shit. And then, like, a week later when I get back into Ocala, Florida, I'm tagged in this post where his mom is on there talking shit about him. It's like, listen, man, I'm the cheapest fighter you can ever meet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm out here asking for you guys to give me $100,000 for a fight. You know what I mean? So, therefore, don't sit here and try to make it seem like I'm the bad guy when I called your son to tell him that these people was trying to make us check out the room. We didn't have a ride to the airport and so and so and so. And, hey, as a promoter, your sole responsibility is to if I come there, you're supposed to get me back to where I'm supposed to be going. But none of that didn't happen. So, yeah, you know, and I don't mind talking shit to anyone because I'm not afraid of nobody. So, if you're going to disrespect me, I'm going to try to disrespect you in the highest form. And that's just me.
So, okay, a lot of information there. A lot of information there. One thing that I want to ask you about. So I understand what you're saying about that people would steer away from you because of your criminal record. What surprised me when you said that was that you're having issues in Japan. Generally, once you get through that one time, once you're given that one opportunity, that means, okay, all is forgiven and you're given your second chance. So now even Japan, who's used you multiple times, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times, I got to be close somewhere in there. I mean, you've been there a lot now.
Yeah.
Now they're saying, hey, we don't know about this criminal. Is that because they didn't know about it before and they were surprised with this, or they just had second thoughts?
I really don't know because nobody won't tell me shit. All they tell me is, yeah, your visa was denied and you could try back in 6 months. And if you try back in 6 months, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be denied then. So, yeah, you're...
Okay, so this wasn't the organization. This was actually the country of Japan, the government. That's what's keeping you out, is actually being able to get an airplane and put your feet on the soil? Am I understanding that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. I mean, that is a tough spot. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, Chael, you don't have to be sorry unless you got a criminal record. You ever been in trouble? I'm just saying, jaywalking. If you've been to jail for jaywalking, it's okay. But if you ain't been to jail for shit, Chael, yeah, you should be sorry.
Well, I am a little bit sorry. I mean, I really am that you were trying to get back on track and that you're having some problems. I mean that. But, okay, well, that was a lot. I'm processing a lot there. And I'm also wondering how to handle this from a responsibility standpoint. You have the right to tell your story in your words. I also have a responsibility to the listener because some of those words were perhaps something they were not expected to hear today. So I'm trying to process multiple things right now and how much of this we can release. But, again, you do have the right to tell your story in your words, and you did.
What do you mean? When you say process and release, what do you mean? Like, Did I say something bad, like the N-word? It's not like you're saying it, Chael. It's okay. You're not saying the N-word.
Is that the rule on that? Yes, that's what I'm processing. I'm not certain. Is that how that works? Because I didn't say it. Don't I have a responsibility? I mean, to the listener. Yes, the N-word is specifically what I'm speaking about. It made me a little uneasy.